With the KNOP Panhandle Roundup, I'm Victoria Kramer. Law enforcement agencies in Nebraska and 3 other states reported temporary outages to 911 services yesterday. Services have since been restored. However, it's still unclear as to what caused the outages. And in Nebraska, the outages were confirmed in several counties, including Dundee, Kearney, Howard, Lincoln, and other states impacted by the temporary 911 outages included South Dakota, Texas, and Nevada. Services were restored a few hours later. This is a developing news story. Stick with us for developments. And the Valentine High School was placed on a hold yesterday morning, meaning individuals were not allowed to be moving around the building. According to a Valentine Community School Facebook post, the precaution was taken because of a medical emergency where school officials wanted to keep the hallways empty. News Channel Nebraska reports that during the response protocol, students continued studying in their classrooms, and the hold was lifted before the end of yesterday's school day. And a tentative trial date has been set for a man facing more than 20 felony charges for allegedly having sexual contact with a child. The Nebraska Rural Radio Association reports that among the charges filed against Leo Smith of Scottsbluff include 13 counts of first-degree sexual assault of a child. Court records say that the 62-year-old and the victim had watched pornography and engaged in sexual contact since August of 2022. Smith's next court date has been scheduled for July 23rd. Now, meteorologist Andre Brooks is standing by with a check of your weather.
Well, thank you so much, Victoria. And I'm here to tell you, we saw some precipitation last night, and even a few rumbles of thunder occurred in our southeastern counties. But right now, things are looking a whole lot calmer around here, and we are seeing those partly to mostly cloudy conditions here across the Panhandle at this time. And our current temperatures right now are mainly in the 30s and 40s, so it is rather cool right now, with it being 41 degrees here in Scottsbluff, 33 in Sydney, and we have 30 in Kimball. And throughout the rest of the day, we're just going to continue to see those temperatures increase into the 40s and 50s with those mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies. But once we get into tonight, that's where we're going to be watching that next disturbance, and that's going to drop those temperatures down into the 20s and 30s with those clouds on the increase, and then precipitation chances on the increase right before sunrise on Friday. And the amount of rainfall we're expecting is around 1/4 to 1/2 inch through our Sunday. Now with sports with our very own John Clanton.
Hello from the sports desk. And the Alliance and Gering boys golf teams, they were in McCook on Wednesday for an invite. Now, this was the Ron Coleman invite, and off the tee of number 16, Alliance's Seth Morrison. The nice swing there. He would finish with an 81 and top 15 on the day for Seth. Teammate Jackson Norris also finishes in the top 15 with an 82. Gering's Jack Mazer showing off the swing on number 10, 85 and top 15 on the day for Jack. Now, in the final team standings from the Ron Coleman invite, York gets the top spot with the score of 307. Gering finishes in the top 5 with the score of 360, while Alliance finishes 8th with a 373. And finally, the Gering soccer teams taking on North Platte on Wednesday. Gering ladies in North Platte, despite strong defensive plays from G-Town and their goalkeeper, it was North Platte picking up the 10-0 win over Gering. Lady Bulldogs fall to 2-5 on the season. Meanwhile, the Gering boys, they were at home taking on North Platte. North Platte picking up the 6-0 win over Gering. Gering boys now 0-8 on the season. That's all from the sports desk. Everyone have a great day and see ya.
Thank you, John. And much of Nebraska is drying out after recent rainfall, and that's good news when it comes to the drought. For farmers, they're getting the moisture that they need a little earlier than expected and ample amounts of sunshine to hopefully improve crop growth this year. Despite it being a little early in the spring for severe weather, experts are expecting more storms that are similar to what we just saw in the near future.
There is definitely a possibility of drought developing in the early part of the summer. That does not seem to be the most likely scenario at this point. Things are a lot better than they were a year ago, but we haven't fully come out of the drought.
One way to put things into perspective, compared to about this same time last year, conditions are much better, with 71% of the state not dry at all, compared to less than 1% in that same category back in 2023. This newest map doesn't reflect our most recent rain that will be released later today. And Nebraska lawmakers are at the Capitol today for the final day of this year's short 60-day legislative session. State senators are hoping to send many other bills to Governor Jim Pillen's desk before the end of the day. However, the majority of the morning session was spent debating LB 388, which is the property tax relief package Governor Jim Pillen is hoping the unicameral will pass his amended tax proposal. However, not everyone is eager to vote it through and are willing to take extra time this summer in a special session. And that's all we have for now. Remember to join us weekdays for the Panhandle Roundup, covering the stories in the Panhandle that matter to you. Have a great day.